I have a question. Is Googling a skill?
100%. Not only is Google a skill, but it's actually a very complex skill, and it's really, really hard to master. And here's why that is. So in every other skill development space, you can try the skill and you usually will fail. And it is in that failure that you learn how to not fail as often. And it's a continuous succession of failures that actually hones a skill. But in the Google universe, no matter what you put into a search bar, you're going to get results. And if you are not sophisticated enough to know that the results that you got weren't very good, then you're not going to build or hone that skill in any way. Now, there are 4 really important aspects of skill development in terms of Google searches. The first is keywords. Garbage in, garbage out. If you don't put in good keywords, you're not going to get good results. And that requires that you understand how the internet works and that you have some knowledge of the field you're asking questions in and that you have a decent vocabulary and that you've done this before, you have practice. The second aspect is filtering. Now, Google will just basically send you everything and they'll give you the most popular results first. And maybe that's not what you want. So you have to understand how to filter and really think about the kinds of results that you want. What level do you want it at? How deep do you need it? How much information do you want? How sophisticated is that information? The third, and this is more difficult, and that is understanding and vetting the information that you do get. In other words, what is the validity of that data or that information? Is it that you are getting a scientific paper, or is it that it's a scientist who's writing a blog post, or is it just some Yahoo who just posted some stuff on the internet? And knowing the difference between those things and being able to validate your information is really important. And the fourth one, and the one that almost none of us get right, is that we are all biased. We all have a confirmation bias, and we need to check that at the door when we are looking at our Google results. We have set up in our head what we think the right answer is or what we expect the right answer to be, and we tend to filter out those things that do not support our information. So we tend to Google search and confirm our bias that way. And so when people say, do your own research, I'm always worried because I know that even really good researchers struggle with checking their confirmation bias at the door. Anyway, that's what I mean by it's a really difficult skill. So it's hard to learn, and there's a lot of aspects that almost none of us get right all of the time. So the next time you Google, just remember, your results are only as good as you are.